I'm trying to open my startup. So I set up my company and hopefully I'll get involved with immersive tech.
I'm from Rugby Portobello Trust in West London. I'm a link worker, so primarily I help victims of the fire and local community, and then we work in youth as well.
My name's Halidonto, also known as Graham Gerard Halliday. I'm a visual artist.
My name is Kasia and I work as a filmmaker.
So my problem has been for a really long time that I've gone to about 1 million events, and I could list off like all these projects that I really love, but the real barrier for me has actually been the nitty-gritty, like how do I code this, how do I like learn Unity, and stuff like this is actually incredibly helpful because it feels like this invisible wall between me and making the things that I really want to make.
Well, what I'm doing with virtual reality is taking, because I draw on continuous line, so I'm taking my continuous line aesthetic and technique and doing real-time drawing into sculpture. So when Hobbs have now got to go through and look through that data, then it's going to be transferred to a foundry up in Scotland. So it'll be going from traditional to 3D, back to traditional and back into a gallery. So we're trying to push the kind of boundaries of that.
What was the first experience where you thought, I'm going to use virtual reality?
Well, what it was, I'd heard of Google Tilt just on like an advert I was watching. My friend, who's part of Virtual Futures, who's one of the directors of this, I started speaking it. I'd done presented there, and I was keen to find out about VR because I'd seen this drawing package called Google Tilt. And I was like, well, I want to take how I draw in continuous line, and I want to be able to take that idea and use that in Google. So I was like, I want to take this idea, but take drawing and take it live, so that way there's not any pre-planned idea. So every piece is unique, which presents a new challenge for the actual engineers and for the foundry that I'm working at. So that's always kind of breaking boundaries in that.
I worked with VR once and I just fell in love with technology, so I'm trying to I try to learn as much as I can so I can use it in my work. You know, it was so new, but at the same time so exciting. And then working with 360 and being aware of the space. All my research was about reinventing cinematic language and, finding female gaze. And suddenly I got it, it was so equal for everybody without all these rules of cinematography. It was great, it was so refreshing. I was with Dave, so we've done some 360 film about making 360 film. I didn't know the small one that we used with Dave. It's got so many possibilities.
So they show us how to make the best use of those cameras to get the best picture as possible. We went to the editing part, so we took 10 shots and then we done some editing on all the shots.
I'm new to virtual reality, I don't know everything, but learning some of the coding will enable me to be able to go back and show others, hopefully, how to code, and then we can build our own platforms.
Are you thinking VR might be something like a future career?
Yes, I am. I am. Funny enough, I would have, walking down here this morning, would have never ever have thought that, but slowly throughout the day, the morning, when you were saying things, my mind's starting to race into what my interests are and how VR could affect people in those areas. So definitely, because I do a lot of football coaching, and there's things that this could be very useful in that field. So yeah, nice. It's definitely made me think. I've got a lot more thinking to do as well. Because I used to work with autistic children as well in a school in East London, funny enough, in Plaistow. So for those, I remember one particular student, he liked music and concerts, but maybe a bit hard to get him into the concert. But if you could take a VR camera there, or the technology, and then record that, and then the next day he's at school, I could put him in the concert, and that's like a treat for him. And that's what the technology can do. It can break down those barriers for things that we might even not have thought of yet, but if we expose the technology to others, they'd be like, yep, could do that for my little brother and sister, play with him all night tonight.
We have been playing around with the Hololens, which is amazing. It's very much like Minority Report.
I actually thought that was a video that was pre-recorded, but the dude was live. Yeah, and I told him okay, do you mind if you do a fist bump together? That is amazing.
Have you done that before? Have you done anything like that before?
No.
Yeah, I went to the guys with the holographic things and it's just a...
From what they presented today, it was a completely new experience. It's showing the potential of what the device has. It's I was literally talking to someone over the phone, but that person was actually interacting with me and I could see it like, as if it was like right in front of me, and that's amazing.
I think just seeing how different everyone's approaches to it have been, and a lot of very creative people. I think I was quite surprised. I thought that it would be much more sort of like industry focused.
I don't know, like I wish people could actually see what I've seen today. It's just, you can see the potential. Like I quite like those things, but today, like the 360 videos, it's like blow my mind completely.
I feel quite inspired and excited from today.
I'm so glad I came, honestly, like it was meant to be. Thank you to everyone here, the whole team, whatever capacity you work in on this event, thank you very much.